Hello again, Doc on the Clock with more Mega Maker Madness. Rigel gave me a couple more levels. This is the one he wanted me to play first. Napalm Man Remixed. It's got a positive score, so that's promising. I'd rather have an expectation that it's going to be very Napalm Man oriented. Very Mega Man 5 oriented. We've traded the I've lost my train of thought. We've traded the tigers for bunnies. They don't seem as threatening at first. Also, I just kind of turbo-fired Super Arrow there, and I'm not sure why. I am also minorly underwhelmed by our weapon set. Honestly, I never wasn't that much of a fan of Crystal. I mean, it has the typical problem of Mega Man 5 weapons being underwhelming. Not just Mega Man 5 either. But it also has the issue of, its gimmick doesn't really do all that much for it. Like, okay, it bounces and hits a wall and splits into three, but there aren't really many cases where that's gonna be, you know, helpful. Occasionally against Napalm Man himself, I guess, but... So I'm gonna die very soon here. Maybe not quite so soon. Yeah, I'm just... It bouncing and hitting the wall and splitting into three doesn't really make it that much more effective. Because that makes it... That requires a lot of extra time versus just shooting at an enemy. I have Joy-to-Key on, don't I? That's why. Okay. That should take care of the double firing. Easy M-tank to get. Now, the bouncing when it hits an enemy version that Mega Maker has is maybe a little bit more useful, but still not terrible. Because, let's face it, most of your enemies aren't going to be behind you. They're going to be in front of you. And the reflection off of the enemy and splitting behind you is just not really gonna do all that much for it. Like, that doesn't help all that much. Like, 8 enemies there. I wasn't actually expecting that to work. But yeah, the it bouncing off just kind of doesn't do all that much for it. I mean, I get the it's good to have weapons that differentiate, but it basically feels like an inferior version of Dust Crusher, which also broke apart when splitting which also split apart when it hit enemies, but split apart in an X fashion, so that at least some of the projectiles were liable to go in front of you. I suppose it might have some merit in closed rooms like this, but you don't get those terribly often in Mega Man. And I'm almost out. How about that? I mean, it's like, I want to like Crystal. I want to like a lot of weapons that I don't particularly like. Just not exactly thrilling. Also, I'm totally dying against Napalm Man here. I expect that. I'm not really as bothered by it as I might be. Alright, I presume he's weak against Crystal. See, it might be useful against Napalm Man because, again, it's an enclosed room. So there's a halfway decent chance I might hit him with one of them. Except that's not his weakness either. I kind of figured it might be Super Arrow instead, but I want to give Crystal Eye a chance. And thus ends this saga. Good level, although Rigel was telling me it was going to be hard. No, that was not really all that hard at all. Oh. Undefined response. Well, let's go ahead and play some other stages. Okay, find a way to lose. I'm not sure why I'd want to do that. Losing doesn't seem right to me. We get to play a space. I mean, there's a very easy way to lose, and that's just not fire and get hit by Iceman's projectiles the whole time. By the way, this isn't a stage. You may want to call it a stage, but it's not a stage. One Room Hell by Fangrafer. I suspect this one to be short, that's why I'm going to it next instead of the Mirror Temple, which has a higher vote and has me more interested. Okay, so I don't have a jump or a charge or a slide. That could make Nightman a little bit more difficult. Unless the Buster is his weakness, and I'm just not paying attention to his health bar. That one room was pretty bad, but it also could be, you could also just kind of cheese your way through it. Let's try one that I think might be somewhat superior. Mirror Temple. We are Mega Man 3 equipped. And there's a checkpoint there. It's an interesting thing to find. So far, I'm not seeing anything mirror about this temple, but perhaps it'll come pretty quickly. There's spikes there. Oh, now I'm starting to see the mirror. This is not something you can't do copy and paste of anything in this, so this is someone put together the same rooms mirrored, which takes a good bit of time and dedication. Yeah. Also, I'm much less effective going to the left. Alright. What we got? Now things are a little bit more complicated. Go back. Okay, I need a key. That means I have to go up. That key was not difficult to get at all. Can I? No, I can't. Okay, good. I was worried I might be able to break the stage there. Come on. Ah. I was just at the wrong point. I already know I've got a key to deal with here. I definitely admire the creativity. It just so far hasn't really been, I feel, used to much effectiveness. I mean, the idea is certainly that you're trying to do two things. You're trying to do the same thing, two different directions, but when you get right down to it, it's the exact same thing. There's no real differences to speak of, and then it just feels like you're repeating yourself. Again, I admire the effort because you can't just do a quick flip of that. But it doesn't feel like it feels like, honestly, you went too literal with the mirror image idea. I would have liked it if it had been the same room layouts, but the enemies populated differently. You had to do some different actions and reactions in order to get through. As it is, I just feel like I did the same. I did 3 things twice rather than 6 things. Not enough for a downvote, but I didn't really feel like there was enough here for a solid upvote. Anyway, that's all from me for now. Until next time, this is Doc. I'll see you later.